네요.
Full Throttle Racing is bringing us tag 125 restricted light. They're out on track for their second heat. The 18 car to Jack Munro. Our pole sitter. Lily Stevens beside him in kart 29. Then it's the 32 kart of Caleb Noble. Emily Corwell in kart 33. She'll be beside him on the outside of row number 2. So the field will stack up and go quiet here. They exit the cut through and head towards turn 11 at the canteen hairpin. Field's rack stacked, ready to pull the trigger here as there's a few off the track here as the hands go up. Starter doesn't let him go. So a little bit of awkwardness there. So they'll go through the cut-throughs again. And have another go here at starting heat number 2. For the Full Throttle Racing tag restricted 125 light. Field pretty settled here. See if they can get a start, second time of asking. Keeping a steady pace, just starting to pick up the RPMs a little bit now. Lights go green, good jump from Stevens. Both her and Emily Corwell will sweep into first and second place. Munro back to third. Munro's going to go for the dive straight down the inside of Corwell and pick up second place. Does he run too wide? The 33 kart, tries to switch back, but there was almost another kart as they're going to argue over real estate through turn 5. That was Jacinta Hoey in the middle of that one. And Mortensen, I think, in kart 17, as our leaders get onto the 90 metre straight and down to turn 9. Lily Stevens got a good jump here, trying to stretch the lead. Already about 4-5 kart lengths between her and Munro as they head up to the canteen hairpin. Munro got his head right down, trying to reduce the aero drag as they come across the line and sweep it into turn 1. Corwell still holding on to third place as there's some 3-wide action through turn 1 and somehow they make it all through. A few bumping and rubbing through the tight turn 3 and turn 4 sections as Munro starts to close in on Lily Stevens. Got that gap down to about 2-3 kart lengths already. As they get onto the 90 metre straight, Munro kicks up a bit of dirt with the 18 kart using all the road and a little bit more off turn 8. Stevens slides it across the face at turn 10 I should say. That's allowed Munro to close right up under brakes into turn 11 and he's right in the draft as a bit more dust gets kicked up further back in the pack. As Munro looks to the inside on turn 2. And he'll get the job done on Lily Stevens and take the lead. So Stevens back to second. Corwell still holding on to third, but she's got Mortensen all over the back of her rear crash bar as they head down the hill to turn 6. We've got a couple karts way off the pace here. Way down the pack, so there's been a couple go-bads. As the dirt gets flicked up further back in the pack once again. So as the field heads up the hill once again towards the canteen hairpin. Munro actually got in there a bit hot that time, ran himself a little wide off turn 11. Stevens, only a couple kart lengths behind in kart 29, closes right up under brakes. Munro gets a good run through turn 4 and stretches that out. Back out to about 3 or 4 kart lengths as they come off turn 6. Corwell not being able to hang on to these two at the moment. Mortensen shadowing her in kart 17. Then Jacinta Hoey rounds out our top 5. Nathan Backland, he's running in P6. He's leading the next pack. That involves Vanderbroek. As Mortensen closes right in on Corwell as they go through the turn 3 tidy. Has another look at turn 4. That was never going to come off. That's actually compromised his run through the short chute. That's allowed Jacinta Hoey to close up on the 17 cart. There's plenty of battles happening further back in this quite large tag 125 restricted light field. Lily Stevens hasn't allowed Munro to get away. She's still shadowing the 18 card as they go around the canteen hairpin. Start to run down the straight once again. Be 6 laps to go this time by. Corwell's just getting ever so slowly caught as Stevens was almost rattling the rear crash bar of the 18 of Munro through turn 2. Only about a kart length and a half in it down the hill into turn 6. Stevens a lot tighter line right over the top of the curb there. As a bit of dust gets kicked up further back in the pack. Field heads towards the turn 10 kink. Mortensen's had a better lap this time and stretched it out a little bit over Stevens. Corwell is about to fall back in the clutches of Mortensen, who's got Hoey shadowing him as they go through turn 1. Bit of real work there from Corwell trying to keep the 33 card online as they head through 5 and downhill into 6. Mortensen is about to come under some pressure from the 97 card as they get onto the 90 metre straight. It's going to turn into a 3-way battle for third place very quickly here. Corwell's had a better last half of the lap and stretched it out. Back over Mortensen, who's got Jacinta Hoey for some company as they come across the line and head towards turn 1 once again. Jacinta has the low line, has a bit of a look down the inside. Mortensen hangs it tough on the outside and will hang on to that position. Mortensen grabs a bit of curb through turn 4. Didn't seem to cost him too much time. So they exit turn 6 and flow it into turn 7 and 8. Munro's been able to ever so slowly edge away from Lily Stevens. Same with Corwell. Corwell's sort of like got a second wind at the moment. Started to open up that gap between herself and Mortensen. So top 3 looking reasonably safe at the moment here with 3 laps to go. Mortensen must have noticed Jacinta Hoey running on his rear crash bar and he's picked up the pace and started to open up that gap as well. As there's a lot of battles further back in the pack in this tag 125 restricted light field. Hoey uses every little bit of racetrack off turn 8, trying to get on racing terms with the number 17 of Mortensen. As they come off turn 10, jump on the brakes for turn 11, the canteen hairpin. Jacinta Hoey's right there, but she just can't get a bit of draft off the 17 cart as they head through turn 1. Closes up a little bit under brakes in the turn 3 tidy and then turn 4. Corwell starting to come back to him again after opening that gap up a fair way only a couple laps ago. Top 2 are pretty settled. Top 3 might not be decided yet. Corwell again gets a good run down the 90 metre straight, starts to open it up a little bit. Be last lap this time by from Munro. He set the fastest lap at a 45.799. And he'll greet that last lap board. Head towards home here. Corwell not so safe in third place. Still got about 3 kart lengths over Mortensen, who closes right up through the turn 3 tidy. Still, I think it'll take it a mistake for positions to change. Just as I say that, Mortensen has a little slide off turn 6. Only a couple corners to go now for our leaders. Munro will rotate around the final corner, head towards home. He'll greet the checkered flag and he'll win heat 2 of tag 125 restricted light. Lily Stevens will be solid in second. Emily Corwell, great recovery from heat 1's dramas, and she'll finish third from Robert Mortensen. And the 9